And we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of the Crypto Bull. My name is Dimitri from Gracious Interest, and today we are going to do a live stream analysis, technical and fundamental one, of the cryptocurrency project called MINA protocol. For those who are new to this channel, let me explain. We will be taking a look at MINA protocol first, how well it has been performing over time until, the live stream of this video. Give a few aspects, see how it's performing, how it's doing, if it's tied to the market or has a mind of its own. We will also be looking at certain fundamentals like market cap, how it's built, if it got its own blockchain, etc., etc. So trying to figure out if there are any red flags you should be wary of. At the end, doing the entire analysis, taking a look at the community, I will give a little, my personal opinion on what I saw. Is it trustworthy, etc., etc. Now, without further ado, let's begin. I'm still doing things with my left hand, as some of my viewers know. On the regular, my arm is still broken, so it's going to be slightly slower than usual. I'm at CoinGecko here. I've also got CoinMarketCap open. We're going to search for MINA protocol. It's going to be this one, I believe so. And they both like, yeah, okay. So MINA protocol, but before I do that, I'm going way up ahead here. Let's take first a look at Bitcoin, why we are going to mirror its trends toward the altcoin we are going to analyze here. What I see here, so 24-hour trading is going down once again, but what, near 20K. So I need to remember this graph approximately. This one, a little hill that has been formed. 14-day range, it seems we are trading sideways. And is it going to come? Yeah, it's going to be confirmed here. So after the dip that occurred here and lowest low here, seems you are trading sideways near the 20K level. 90 days, we need to see something akin to this. So there was the Terra Luna dump which occurred here. Then there was the Celsius and Binance block of withdrawals. And currently, we're busy with CoinFlex. So we need to see that one, 180 days. So something akin to that. On the yearly, akin to this, holding up quite nicely. Max, that's for Bitcoin, but it's less of an interest to us. Straight back towards MINA here. So we are remembering these graphs here. Now, what do I see here immediately on screen? Important information. It is going down like Bitcoin on the 24-hour trading. I didn't really pay attention to the percentages. You guys can probably see, but I believe this one's going down slightly faster. No worries though. Market cap, 361,300,000 USD dollars. 24-hour trading volume, 70 million. Comparable, it is on the lowish side, but it is fine, I'm going to say, especially when regarding current market conditions. Circulating supply, 565,795,237 coins or tokens. Total supply, 930 million, so more than half has already been mined or produced. That's good to know. What's this? It's estimated. Okay. I see the websites here. I'm going to do it this way. There we go. Explorers, Figment, MINA Scan, and MINA Explorer. This is important. It shows me it has its very own blockchain, meaning it isn't going to be a token but a coin. What's the difference between the two? A token generally is a layer 2 solution. It is a cryptocurrency or a blockchain-based project built upon another one. Like, for example, you have gumroad, which is a token Why? By reason it has been built on the Binance Smart Chain. It doesn't have a blockchain of its own. It makes use of another blockchain. In this case, we are talking about a real coin, meaning it has its very own blockchain upon which it works. I'm going to take a quick peek here at CoinMarketCap. Naturally, graphs should be the same, as you guys can tell. Date all. But that's for later on. We were looking up here. So same data seems to be present. However, there's a small discrepancy here. Total supply 824 million. And they say 930 million. So perhaps something is wrong. Max supply infinite. 565695. Okay, circulating supply checks out, but I do believe max supply is going to be infinite. Total supply is going to be burnt. We'll look deeper into that, but there's some kind of information which is missing here. Let's see. Website, MINA Protocol Explorers. Google Figment, MINA Scan, so more explorers available here. Communities, MINA Protocol, Medium, Twitter, and Reddit. Okay. Chat, Discord, and Bitly. Source code is available. I see here the white paper. I'm going to open it up. What else do I see here? Community, Reddit, Twitter, Telegram, Discord. Telegram, Discord, not going to look up. Source code also being mentioned. API, MINA Protocol, but I see no tags. Whereas here, it gives me some more information. Algorithm POS, so probably proof of stake. Zero knowledge proofs, staking, Coinbase Ventures portfolio, 3 Arrows Capital portfolio, Polychain Capital portfolio. Considering 3 Arrows and Coinbase are popular in the media, I believe that those tags are more for marketing-wise and to a lesser extent telling something what they are doing. So there isn't much information available here. Quite sad. Let's look at performance. So as you could tell, already gave it a little bit away on CoinMarketCap, but seems to be following market trends like Bitcoin. 7-day, same here. We see a little uphill taking place. 14 days. I believe there's a little bit of, slightly different, but trend is more or less the same. 30 days, there's slightly more volatility here on MINA Protocol, but still checking out. With Bitcoin here, this was somewhere lowest point that has been reached. No, it was here somewhere, but it dipped twice. And whereas Bitcoin did a little bump, little hill here, this one is more postponed, went slightly deeper before getting back up. 90 days. So this is the Terra Luna. Nope, way too early. So crash down a little. No sideways trading. Crash down. And here somewhere is the second crash, which occurred quite recently, about here. Went up. So it's much more flatter. The market, but is following market trends. 180 days. Slight deviancy, but tends to follow market quite closely with a little bit of a delay. Interesting point. Has been launched, listed here on CoinGecko June 1st last year. So it's about 1 year old. I'm going to check up on CoinMarketCap. And I've got the impression same here. 1st of June also listed. Let's take a further look. Today, yada yada yada. If you're looking to buy or sell MINA Protocol, L-Bank is currently the most active exchange. Never heard about those guys. What was the highest price for MINA Protocol? $9. What was the lowest price? 0.54 cents about 11 days ago. What was the 24 trading volume that we know? Where can it be traded? L-Bank, Kraken, MaxC Global, popular trading pairs, MINA USD, Canadian dollar, euros, Philippines, or whatever that one is, INR, IDR. Description. World's lightest blockchain powered by participants, MINA is building a privacy preserving gateway between the real world and crypto, and the infrastructure for a secure democratic future we all deserve. That's one long-ass sentence. I can only remember what's important, that it calls itself a light blockchain, so probably not all too file heavy, powered by participants. That's, well, a basis to blockchain. And they say MINA is building a privacy preserving gateway between the real world and crypto, and the infrastructure for a secure democratic future we all deserve. So that can be interpreted in a variety of ways, so it doesn't make it immediately clear. Let's see on CoinMarketCap. I know they get into much more detail. Computational requirements in order to run dApps more efficiently has been described as the world's largest blockchain since its size is designed to remain constant despite growth in usage. Furthermore, it remains balanced in terms of security and decentralization, was rebranded from Coda Protocol to MINA in October 2020. So its very first iteration was Coda Protocol. Good to know. To learn more about this project, check out Deep Dive of MINA Protocol. The link, yeah. The MINA network has a size of only 22 kilobytes, which is minuscule when compared to Bitcoin's 300 gigabyte blockchain. I like these comparisons. However, there's always a few notes which should be made. Mainly, Bitcoin has been around for much, much, much longer, for over a decade, whereas MINA network is just starting. It's only 1 year old. However, 22 kilobyte is actually rather small. Everything naturally depends on the amount of users of the protocol. And depending on the amount of users and interactions on the blockchain, well, this can either be still quite surprising or something like, yeah, it's BS. It's always dangerous to compare with other blockchains unless you want to make clear on which account you are different. But this to me is comparing apples to oranges, especially since Bitcoin 300 gigabyte blockchain. Bitcoin is heavily used. There's on the daily a shitload of transactions taking place, shitload of messages being saved on the blockchain. Yes, that's also a possibility. And it has been around for over a decade, so it has seen intensive activity. They are only starting. But, like I said, I must admit 22 kilobytes well, looks rather small, even for 1 year use. I hope to see more about that one, as naturally these are numbers being pooled, but there's no foundational basis towards it. Where's me? Sorry, highlight it again. I'm doing this with my left. What is MINA Protocol's main objective? Is working on achieving an efficient distributed payment system that enables users to natively verify the platform right from the Genesis block. Technical white paper calls this a subsequent blockchain. So, an efficient distributed payment system. So, okay. I'm going to assume they are trying to be something like Bitcoin, so smart money. I'm going to assume here. Protocol uses zero knowledge significant non-interactive arguments of knowledge, ZK snarks, cryptographic proof that enables someone to authenticate information without revealing said information. That's true, okay. However, enabling a user to trace the platform back to the Genesis block can be impractical in a large network. As such, MINA incrementally computes snarks that concentrate only on the last few blocks, meaning that end users check that ZK snark compressed proof instead of block's entire transaction history. Okay, so it differentiates from Bitcoin. So basically what is being said here, to understand what is being said here, you need to understand how Bitcoin blocks are being verified. And when a block is mined within the Bitcoin network, its hash, its address, contains information about the previous blocks. And, well, it's being shortened, encrypted, and put into the new address for the next block. However, with Bitcoin, on that account, you have an entire link of information dating back towards the very first Genesis blocks. However, what's being done with ZK snarks here and what is being done with MINA, they forgo the entire history. and they say, look, it only refers to the last 2 or 3 blocks that have been mined, making the hash much shorter, which allows for data compression of their blockchain, so making possible that they currently have that presumed 22 kilobytes. Okay, let's continue. At the heart of MINA protocol is MINA. Oh yeah, so before I continue, what I said here, instead of a block's entire transaction history, each time you are transacting coins, naturally it will be saved and it will be added to the data of the block. However, with MINA, like I said, by only using the hash of the last few blocks, they can verify the transactions as well. It's really shortening the data that's being stored on the block and allowing not for the entire block history to be verified and validated, but only a small part. Security-wise, it's less secure than Bitcoin, as the more history you have, the more sure you are about transactional history, but it works as well. How does it function? Similar to Bitcoin, apart from how it handles transactions, but also employs the account model used in Ethereum. In this respect, the difference between Bitcoin and Ethereum is that the state of Bitcoin blockchain contains a list of unspent coins, while Ethereum state is made up of account balances. MINA, on the other hand, uses a prover, or snarker if you will, which is an equivalent of a miner to ensure each block commits to the state. Employs the Ouroboros Amiska type of proof of stake, not a piece of S that I wanted to say, mechanism specially designed for Crypthusiast, or however you pronounce it, I'm a Dutchie. Decentralized network, since it provides bootstrapping from a Genesis block. Verify and update. So basically it says we make use of proof of stake. MINA is all about revolutionizing the current blockchain landscape, where most platforms have verifiers such as MINA stakers and light clients who act as third parties when verifying transactions. They say they take a different approach by having multiple participants, each handling a specific function on the decentralized network. Okay. 3 major roles include verifiers, block producers, and snarkers. Verifiers interact with Zcash to the There is some irony being told here, but basically it's the same setup as proof of stake. With proof of stakes, you have verifiers or validators. You have what's the word again? Can forget about it. Well, block producers are the so-called miners or master validators, and then the snarkers. Yeah, that's an additional role they added, meaning you've got, well, in the Ethereum network, you have 2 kind of validators. You have people who assign validators, and you have the validators themselves. The validators themselves being the guys responsible to produce blocks. So in this case, they call it block producers. And then you have the verifiers or validators, or the people who say which validator its turn is to mine blocks. That's basically it. Then the snarkers probably being used to verify these 2. Which is basically what is being said here. How transactions happen. Yeah, you can pause. I'm doing a quick read through as I'm always limited with my time. Block results have not an equivalent number of previously committed trades as failure to do surrounding, so yeah. Okay, block producers. So instead with classical proof of stake, whereby the block producers take home the transaction fees for themselves, block producers in the MINA protocol are dedicated a part of the overall transaction fee towards the snarkers, who do bids. Need to be a lot of block producer uses for incentivizing. Yeah, so they further divisioned the mining aspect in proof of stake, whereby the snarkers in itself do not need to necessarily mine a new block, but help verifying transactions. That's basically it. It gets highly technical here, but I got a gist on how it works. Put this one down. Let's take a look at the average at a website doing a refresh. Why decent website? In order to evade entering a scam, well, scam artists and bunk crypto projects generally make either very slow loading websites with plenty of mistakes, and I might even say looks very basic where it considers setup with faux links, etc., or other very fast loading sites. Now, if you want to have some credibility, your site need to be light, fast loaded, and immediately get into to the issue itself. This one's interactive as I'm seeing color changes here. MINA is building privacy and security layer for Web3. Okay. So it isn't only a payment processing thingy. Now it has something to do with Web3. Okay. I'm getting the impression right now with what I've read and what I've seen here now on site that it's still in active development, but attaching to a variety of fields in the blockchain world. Getting infrastructure for a secure, democratic future we all deserve. Okay. The knowledge app, smart contract powered by zero knowledge. They are very proud about their zero knowledge protocols here. Stock image. Fixed size blockchain. Okay, 22 kilobytes is fixed blockchain. Okay, and 300 gigabyte increasing size. Well, I expect something like this to be default by reason all blocks are interconnected and you've got a verifiable proof of history. That's not a consensus protocol. That's me saying you can verify how things were transacted. So in a sense, for payment processing, I can understand what they are doing here. So things become slightly more clear. The blockchain itself is always 22 kilobytes. With each newly mined block, a part of the blockchain, I'm assuming, is going to be left out up until a few blocks in the past so that you can see how funds were being moved. Assuming it's going to be something like that, but slightly more complicated. Okay. Can't overlay data to centralized entities in order to participate in the modern world. That's true. With MINA's zero knowledge apps, smart contracts powered by zero knowledge keep users in control of their privacy by validating and sharing proof of their data rather than the data itself. About getting a loan by simply sharing a proof of your personal ID and credit score rather than the data itself. Okay, problem with this one here is saying, look, I've got a loan, but you have proof of loan, but you do not know what that loan is, meaning you are factually, for people who are interested in it, keeping out the most important part. How big is that loan? And that can be actually quite important in payment processing, as it shows, dependent on your credit score, how something is functioning, how big your debt is, and provides health to the ecosystem. So, explore credit loan use case. Of course, I'm going to click on it. This is MINA from other chains. Establishing a bridge between MINA and Ethereum. Okay. Connecting crypto to the real world. A Zk can privately interact with any website and access verified real-world data for use on chain. So developers, that's a little bit of a stretch here. People who, regularly follow my live streams know they aren't the only one, and I dare even say to disclaim that's quite far-fetched. All blockchains have their roots in the real world, through applications that have been built, through a variety of use cases. I mean, I'm going to refer towards Sweatcoin, I believe I did in one of the previous episodes, whereby you can earn money through moving, and that's also a real-world application. It is a direct link towards the real world. So, yeah, this is kind of a stretch here. Well, by seeing this, I'm going to assume the developers are thinking majority of the people in the cryptocurrency world are a bunch of idiots who do not really know how things work. Anyway, every participant is a full node. Intermediaries to run nodes, going against the original decentralization promise of blockchain and leaving network more susceptible to a 51% attack. Connect P2P and validate transactions like a full node, ensuring strong censorship resistance. Yeah, also kind of a long stretch. Traditional chains, in a certain sense, yes and no. For example, if you are using a multi-coin wallet, then in a certain sense, yeah, you aren't really a node. But if you make use of a core wallet and synchronize it entirely with a chain, and I'm really talking here about currently Ethereum still, Monero, Bitcoin, and you have a core wallet and you've downloaded the entire blockchain, synchronized it, you are a participant and you are already a full node. Take some time to download it, that's true, but you are a full node. So heavy that users need to rely on intermediaries to run nodes. That's not necessarily true. Since the beginning of blockchain, when it was quite small, it still had full nodes. The possibility has always been there. So it's a bit odd, and leaving the network more susceptible to a 51% attack, that isn't really true either. By reason, most miners run a full node, but a 51% attack is when there's a collaborative effort of a variety of miners in order to take over the network. And on that account, you need a 51% hash rate majority. You need to have pretty much many miners. The full nodes will follow what the miners are doing. So that's something which is incorrect here. Global community by participants. That's marketing talk. This too is a little bit of a lie, run by powerful ecosystem intermediaries. Okay, for Bitcoin, for example, there exist mining firms, but at the same time, many people are still mining from home and aggregate in mining pools. So this also, pull across through it, is bullshit. If you want to do marketing talk, do it properly. It's time to own our future. Light blockchain, okay. These are recent articles, and from what I can tell, regularly updated, twice a month. There seems to be only one entry here. Let's look at all press. 14th. Month of May seems to have been quite active, but this month of June, not really something going on, I've got the impression. Let's head back. I'm going to explore the tabs a little bit. Documents. Ooh, I like seeing that one. Yada yada yada. What is MINA? How does it work? Try MINA. Started. I'm going to assume. Yeah, that's what I thought. This right here, this guys is the white paper. Getting started, using MINA, keeper generation, connect to network, staking and snarking. How to do so. Can choose to either stake it ourselves or delegate it to autonomous nodes. So it makes use of proof of stake, and in order to become probably a full node or miner or block producer and verifier, as they call it, you simply need to stake MINA, meaning you need to buy it before you can activate it. can delegate MINA. It's a basic premise of a proof of stake protocol, just with a few name changes, from what I can see. And as I mentioned before, the other difference is that they have 3 roles where it concerns mining, mainly the verifier, the block producer, and the snarker. Whereas with a proof of stake, you're limited towards 2. Got a validator and a full validator or master validator. The validator staking coins, but how to say? Oh, I forgot a word there. Sorry, guys. But saying which validator can produce blocks, which stake is being risked at that moment, whereas the full master node, full validator itself has its coin staked and is producing the blocks. In this one here, they took those 2 roles and added that of the snarking, the one who works in tandem with the block producer. It's complicating things to a higher degree, but I can see why they did it, and in order to have a small remaining blockchain. But as I said, what concerns the blockchain itself, I can understand it remains small. However, there are a few issues I'm having with it. And especially I don't see a very clear use case as to why it's going to be used. I'm sticking myself towards their initial premise of being a fast payment processor. It's all about it. About MINA. You're on a mission. You can all participate, build, exchange, and thrive. Okay. That run our future. Sorry. Participate in blockchains. And trust to third parties to verify transactions. I'm going to say it's being founded on a slightly BS premise, probably due to a lack of knowledge how blockchain, etc. works. And I know I'm probably going to piss off a huge part of the community here, but it is simple fact what I'm stating here. I mean, if you compare it to what central exchanges in that context, okay, I get it, it's true. But if you're looking at other networks like Ravencoin, Ethereum, Tron, they all work on the same principle here. So what exactly are you reinventing? And as expensive hardware, unsustainable amounts of electricity, they are really comparing towards a proof of work protocol. But I'm going to refer towards Peercoin. It is also a project I've analyzed in the past. It was the very first proof of stake based one. So it seems they are focusing themselves on Bitcoin and other proof of work systems, but fail to understand there are other alternatives. So that's one of the reasons why I said I've got the impression these guys know how to program a blockchain and how to build one, but have no further knowledge about all the other alternatives there are. So I'm kind of surprised. It's really odd. Blockchain through decentralization. I know 2017, 2018, a lot of projects have been incepted with the same in mind. Foundation, that's something I do not like to see. Stewarded by the MINA Foundation, growing its community and ecosystem worldwide. If you're talking about decentralization here, I do not want to see something like a foundation. It means there's a central governance system, meaning you aren't going to be as centralized as possible. So what the hell is the function of that MINA Foundation? It's a group of developers, or are you referring towards the entirety of the community? If it's the latter case, I'm swallowing my words back in, it's good. But if there's a little foundation behind it with a CEO, CTO, and advisors, well, in that case, it isn't going to be really decentralized, isn't it? So, that's one red flag right there. Secured by participants, okay. Featured contributors. And that's what I thought. Ivan Shapiro. So you've got plenty of people here. What the hell? So protocol uniting teams and technicians from San Francisco and around the world. Not many node operators, haven't we? Well, I'm glad to see pictures, and I'm going to see if I can verify. Okay, click on it. Okay, I'm going back right here. If you click on it, you're being redirected towards the general website. I'm going to verify. Damn it. CEO. No social links. No social links. No social links. This one, Yoon Kim, General Counsel, MINA Foundation. I mean, it's always nice to see some hyperlinks and people being mentioned. However, if your board of directors doesn't have a social media presence, I automatically start wondering. By reason, well, if you are a proud developer, if you are the head of such a prestigious project, even in your own mind, I want to see something occurring. So, yeah. I want to see some social media presence, in short. Because seeing things like this and there's no links, well, it might be the case, especially with scam projects, that those are pictures being pulled from the internet, and you've got a few creative writers simply making a faux bibliography. So, and that is one of those things which doesn't really impress me. Yeah, for Dystopia Labs. Okay. Clubhouse, chief strategist. So they are pulling in seemingly big names. Those are contributors. Didn't say anything. Let's look here. Genesis members, GitHub, Twitter. Yeah, if I'm verifying social media, it's going to be thorough. That's the last one. Let's take a look here. That's the CEO, the head guy. No Twitter thingy. Member since 2011. Relatively unknown, not followed by anyone that I know of. Retweets, well, that's one pin, 26th of March. Okay. 14th of June. The guy isn't really active on Twitter, from what I can tell. The knowledge proofs will play ZDNet. Okay. I'm going to verify something. LinkedIn isn't really as active. Sorry, guys. Up. He's a CEO. O1 Labs, he was CEO, so he's reposting things still in association. That's a little bit of an odd move. Okay. Carnegie. He's quite a young entrepreneur. Always respect the young entrepreneurs here. Not much activity going on here. Kim General Counsel and board member at MINA Protocol, former Goldman Sachs. 14th of May. Requoted 16th of June. 13th of June. About the same time as the CEO himself. He seems to be active. Not much activity, though he has more presence on Twitter. Let's look at his LinkedIn. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That's not a good one. Well, I must say he has a very roaring background. I mean, associate, vice president, general counsel of Terraform Labs. You know, the guys from the Terra Luna shit that went down. General counsel and board member. hmm I'm seeing quite a few red flags here. And it's contributor, so he's a professor, so nothing really to do here. Not as active. I've got the impression that's also some kind of faux account. Co-founder of Dystopia Labs venture attacked former growth Stellar Orc Solana. Solana is okay-ish. She seems to be the most active one on Twitter here, with active social media, but yeah, no. Big Cat, Maverick Cat, BlockPi. It's always the same thing being quoted by MINA Protocol 2021. That's very old, so not active. Greg Bostrom. This one's an active guy. DeFi discussions. He seems to be more of a developer, but I don't see anything really that I can attach to what's MINA Protocol, apart from this quote. Okay. Yeah, that isn't good news either. Red Davies. Yeah, it's always the same things being quoted by the same people, so this isn't really raising my trust with the guys. I'm going to continue here. Applications. Smart contract code written by Snarky GS. Writing is zero knowledge app. So they talk about apps, but there's nothing built. Community. Berlin, when was it launched? No idea. Oh, upcoming events. So there are a few events upcoming here. I see in Paris, Budapest, and Berlin. And yes, I did say Budapest. I once visited a city, and the tour guide said, you do not say Budapest, you say Pest, like in native Hungarian. Same contributors sharing their insights. Same people passing by. Okay, I'm going to close this one down. Medium article, I'm going to head over towards the social media, take a quick good look, and afterwards give my synopsis on the project. Playing Crypto 3.0, Medium not regularly updated. It has been a while. Closing it down, I'm going to verify here. Reddit, Twitter, Telegram, Discord, not going to open it up. Reddit, gradients and MVP for the, okay. Check out video from VF in Davos by Encrypted Film. Okay. Ledger Nano X. Mina's Ledger app is still under review, so it's safe to store bigger funds in Ledger Nano X. Is there an official answer here? General explication on how a ledger works. Okay. Another very clear answer here. Snarky GS. Mini game looked like the asset price exploded with a tap. Okay. Well, at least there are some memes here, but they are mostly talking about zero knowledge snarks. But what's happening with MINA? Will it go live? Is it delayed? That's an important one. Third quarter, okay. Third quarter, it will be launched, the bridge. Okay. Reddit seems to be not as active. Questions are being posted, they are being answered, but I do not immediately see answers being made by a moderator or someone from the team itself. Not all too good. MINA is a world licensed blockchain. That's the only thing that I can see going for it. Who's following that I know? Jacob, dollar cost, FOMO trader, cultivate crypto. Don't seem to remember this guy. I know cultivate crypto is quite good. Dollar cost crypto and Jacob all as well. So they must have shown some kind of interest, but I must admit I'm not all too entirely impressed. And cultivate crypto and dollar cost crypto, I know these two guys are mostly into technical analysis of coins, so that might be one of the reasons they had an interest at base level, but not as deep as I go. MINA is now available on Huobi, okay. Makes it more attractive. MINA Foundation's recent report shows that privacy and scalability, so they are reporting themselves that it might be more interesting for the future. And that's like saying the Bible is genuine because the Bible said so. That's not really something, well, that entails any credibility. Anywho. How many followers? 192,000. It's a requote. Around 65 to likes, but I'm curious about the answers here. YouTube. Well, the interaction and the talk isn't really that impressive. I mean, there are a lot of likes and retweets, but I'm having the impression those are being bought. And there's MINA protocol Turkey here, the Wolf Mask. When will be the real gains? We only see meeting. Patience Ramil. I mean, when it concerns responses interaction, there isn't really anything going for it, and I've got the impression it was hyped up and went silent. They are community based, yes, they do a lot of meetups, but I mean, Reddit is that social media isn't really as active, and most of the founders, their links, they haven't been posting very well, so I'm wondering how this thing is surviving. I'm having my doubts here, guys. I'm going to do a quick one here. As I saw underneath, there was more community, I believe. Yeah, Discord not going to open it up. What's this? Their own forum. Facebook I haven't had before. Forum. Lightning Network for MINA protocol. I thought they were working already faster. Okay. Oh, it seems like an over-engineered and not super efficient solution. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. It's in many ways centralized and requires these parties to find routes across hub spokes. Not entirely true, but it goes to show that the people seemingly answering and active on the forum have an idea about blockchain, but really do not very much grasp the idea of certain updates on Bitcoin and other blockchains. Which only further strengthens my idea that MINA project or protocol has been created by people who believe in the idea of blockchain and know how to program things, but don't really know what's really out there, what the possibilities are, and make false assumptions and market their project based on it. Someone says stocks are cryptographic assumptions. While I'm not an expert in cryptography, okay, I'm going to close the forums down. There is some activity, but not something sent about. Most videos 1 year old, 11, 10 months. Let's see here. Working group. Yeah, so those are the meetings they do. Okay. Snaps bootcamp, wrap up. It's always the same guy I'm seeing here. Except that one. Well, to be honest, I'm having the impression it's a one-man team. I'll leave it towards my synopsis, because I'm almost going to close it down. Sorry, that's my girlfriend. MINA protocol. Yeah, Facebook is dead as can be. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm heading over towards giving my opinion here. Have questions? No questions. So, MINA protocol, I must say, I had some hopes up as people in the Crypto Belgium group said to me, you can do that one. And I noticed, oh, I haven't done MINA protocol yet. And it has been flying under my radar a few times. And I must say, when I started looking into it, considering the charts, I was kind of neutral. When I opened up the website after reading the description of CoinMarketCap, I must say I felt, yeah, it might be something good. I'm interested, especially due to the very small blockchain, the blockchain with fixed size. However, I already had a few question marks about it concerning proof of history, which during the analysis weren't really answered. I didn't immediately see pop out how it's going to be fixed. And to be honest, when I was browsing quickly through the white paper, it didn't immediately pop out as to why and how it functions decently and why that choice has been made. I also see no real decent use case. It has been mentioned, payment processing protocol. Okay, so I'm going to assume it's going to be something like Bitcoin, but with a much smaller block size, better scalability, etc. But they have been hyping on, yeah, we make use of zero knowledge snarks, and it is proof of stake, which makes us energy friendly, etc., etc. That's all cool and that, but what's the use case? I mean, when I visit the website, they started immediately ranting about DeFi and Web 3.0. Great. So with Web 3.0, I'm assuming you are going to have some applications, but no applications nor any real roadmap was present. So I'm remaining a little bit on my thirst here for knowledge about it. And well, I looked further and other red flags started popping up. You had a foundation that is being mentioned. You have the MINA Foundation, but at the same time, they are hyping about decentralization and being a decentralized community. Now, with all due respect, if you are hyping about decentralization and you are bashing on Bitcoin for saying, and other cryptocurrencies for saying, yeah, they aren't as decentralized as they seem to be, well, I do not want to see the term foundation on your website or attached towards your project. I want to see community, period. And that wasn't the case. There's a literal foundation with a CEO, CTO, marketing officers. You had advisors, you had hypers. You even had hired developers because, frankly, when I typed on the Genesis members, those were the very first addressed programmers, and on their social media, there barely was any mention of MINA. Just hitherto retweeted tweet, meaning, yeah, we're going to help them out because we worked on the project, but we also worked on other projects and we're talking more about them. That raises distrust with me. So that's a big red flag to me. And the project itself might be decently built, but a lack of use case and those things combined, I'm giving it a hard pass. That's going to be a no for me. Looking further, the white paper, I was believing to see a PDF, a nice document on all the technologies being explained, but instead I'm redirected towards a website which can still be adapted, quite frankly, which had no real indication of when updates, which version, etc. I'm assuming roadmap is still ongoing. I'm assuming development is still ongoing, but I do not see the updates. I see, and that has been mentioned when discovering the Reddit itself, that there's plenty of meetings going on, but no real updates on development, as clearly the project is still in development stages. So, yeah, I might say I'm getting worried. This project, somewhere I want to give it a thumbs down, but considering its age, as it's only 1 year old, I'm going to keep being on neutral. It isn't something that convinces me. It is just one of those blockchain projects which began in 2017, like so many others, based on misconceptions about Bitcoin and a variety of other blockchain technologies. And to be honest, I don't immediately see it growing that high. And people who invest in it to make quick money, I'm going to disappoint here, but I don't really see it growing that much. It is following market trends, and it will continue following to do so with no real hype. And on that case, you better can be a speculator if you're holding MINA coins than really be part of the community by reason. I don't see anything going on or anything going for it. With that, I'm going to end my live stream because I'm very close to 1 hour. It's probably one of the longer ones I've done to date for Crypto Bull. And with that, I'm going to end this episode. Thank you guys for watching. If you like my content, please like, subscribe, or leave a comment down below. If you think I made a mistake in my synopsis or made a small mistake somewhere or forgot something to check out, put it in the comments. I'll check it up. I do updates on videos if I made a mistake or if further research has been done and I noticed that I made a few wrongs, so I correct them. Everyone, I'm but human. I can make mistakes. With that, thank you guys for watching, and up until next time. Bye.